Mr. Gupta, welcome to BW.
Thank you.
BW Business World Web 3.0 Summit.
Yeah.
So, what are your key takeaways from the sessions?
So I think the panel that I moderated, there are several key takeaways because we had panelists from various sectors of society. So you had fashion, I'm from luxury, then we had somebody from real estate, somebody from FMCG. So if I look at a common denominator that sort of emerges from the discussion, I would say that a couple of important takeaways would be that multiple formats of retail are going to coexist. So from omni-channel, we are probably going to move into a state where we are going to come into an experiential format of Web3 enabled e-commerce space. Physical retail is going to coexist. Digital fashion is a reality. Digital influencers, digital avatars is a reality. People spending time on the digital business and the digital space for business, for pleasure, for work, for travel, for tourism is going to become a reality in the near future. Cryptocurrency as of now is unregulated, but it's already being experimented by various governments to make it legal tender. Whether it happens or not happens is a work in progress. So I would say for people should not be scared of the Web3 space. It's a work in progress, it's evolving, and it will soon coexist with the other formats. So the sooner we learn to adopt and use that particular medium, I think the better it is going to be for all of us.
So you talk about omni-channel strategies in Web 3.0. Right now, omni-channel is about leveraging the data from all channels and using it across all marketing channels. So how can a startup can collaborate with the Web 3.0 and use that data to target the same audience in Web 3.0?
No, so if you really look at the definition of omni-channel, and omni-channel is basically anytime, anywhere, any place.
Yes.
Of what? Of service. The service could be a product, a physical product, which means that if I feel like having a pizza, I don't have to wait for the restaurant to open. I should be able to order it online or offline through a telephone, and I should get the service now. So that's what really it means now, omni-channel. How is omni-channel going to merge with Web3? That's your question. If you look at the gaming business, more and more of the future generation, the Gen Alpha, is spending time in the gaming space or in the Web3 space. Imagine if you feel hungry while you're in the game, but you don't want to, you're in excitement phase of the game. You don't want to step out of the Web3 domain to physically pick up a phone and order or go to a Zomato and order. So people like Zomato or even a Domino's have made a digital avatar or a digital outlet in the Web3 domain, where while I'm enjoying the game, I can go to that store and order a pizza digitally. It will be delivered to me physically offline. So the merger of physical and digital reality is really beginning to take place, where experiment with food, experiment with small products like a digital fashion, a cap or a bag or a shoe. Like Nike has created a shoe. If you buy those digital Nike shoes, it gives you extra speed, it gives you extra power. So the ethos of Nike in terms of the physical world is being transported into the digital world. So hence the reason that a coexistence is going to take place is really the true reality of the future.
So where do you foresee as far as security is concerned, where do you foresee the Web 3.0 in the next decade in India?
So that I agree that that's a gray area as of today. And of course, there are pitfalls like any technology. There's a pros and cons. So the negatives of the digital world could be in terms of deep fakes. We recently had an example of deep fake, somebody getting scammed for 40,000 rupees by a deep voice or a deep fake video being impersonating his friend. So that is kind of a pitfall area where cyber crimes have become rampant. So I believe regulations will come into play as crime evolves. So the government is trying to put together a lot of checks and bounces towards that. So right now, yes, it's fluid. I agree with you that it's fluid, and there is a dark web which we all know of, where such kind of crimes can be openly transpired. But then there are governments working towards forming a centralized regulation as well.
So where do you foresee the future of Web 3.0 in India?
Oh, I think the future of Web3 in India is probably the brightest, simply because we are the youngest population in the world. By virtue of that, we have more users of the Web3 as compared to the rest of the world. Secondly, technologically, Indians are far more advanced in terms of controlling the Web3 or the digital world. Hence, with a combination of users and technology providers, I think India is probably going to be a leader in this space.